Most people think change takes time. It doesn't. Time bends around your identity, who you are being. But let's think about it. We've been programmed for generations to have 5 and 10-year goals, and it's all BS, belief systems. Today, I'm going to help you break that cycle to change your paradigm so you can learn how to get results faster based on who you are being. I want you to become really clear and self-aware on your current results in your life. Whether it's your bank account that you're trying to change, you want more financial freedom and abundance, whether it's your health and you want to lose weight and get fitter, if it's your relationships you want to improve or you want to increase your business success, whatever it is that you want, the first step to creating change in your life is always awareness. So I simply want you to reflect and look at your current results. Now, here's what you have to know. Your current results, old news. It is an echo based on who you've been. So that's what I'm going to help you do today. You have to understand your current identity, who you've been. Then you have to get really clear on, despite your current circumstances, what it is that you want. And then you're going to have to become a new version of you. So I want to help you close this gap. And this gap is time. And how you collapse time is 100% based on identity. Your state creates your reality. That is it. And as I touched on, your beliefs drive your behavior. So if you believe something will take time, then it will take time for you. But there are other people out there who believe things can happen overnight, who believe change happens quickly. So your beliefs are what program your subconscious mind, and reality simply reflects that. And I want to help you get results faster. The first thing you have to know about time is not linear like we've been taught. We created that construct in this 3D reality, such as days, weeks, months, and years. But time is eternal, and the only time is right here, right now. So what trips most people up and why you haven't yet created the change that you seek is you're stuck looking in the rearview mirror. You're stuck looking at your current circumstances. But remember, the current circumstances, the dollar in your bank account, the number you see on the scale, your relationship status, whatever, is simply feedback and reflecting who you've been. Remember, identity creates your reality. That's it. So now it's important to understand, okay, time is not linear. Things can happen quickly. Time bends around identity. So let's deep dive this identity piece and help you get out of your own way. Before I break down all of this, if you want to fast track where you are and start living a better life, create clarity, confidence, and forward momentum, this is exactly what I teach my one-on-one coaching clients. I invite you to apply by visiting my website, heatherhakes.com, or you can click on the link below in the description box. What has taken me years and thousands of hours, I can teach you in 8 weeks. So just imagine what's possible for you a few weeks from now if you had the right information, accountability, and a roadmap. And that's exactly what I coach my clients through. Now, let's get back to this identity piece on how to collapse time and get results faster. I want to help you understand how you've created your current results. So let's talk about this idea of the identity loop. As I said, identity creates reality. And identity is your state. It's your current frequency. But let's talk about this identity loop that's creating your results. So your identity, your self-image, what you believe about yourself creates exactly that, your beliefs. Your beliefs then create your perception. Your perception then form your emotional states. Your emotions drive your behaviors, your actions, or lack thereof, procrastination, analysis paralysis, being inconsistent, and it's your behaviors that create your results. That's it. This is the loop. So then we look at our current results. You look at the dollars in your bank account. You look at the reflection in the mirror. You look at the empty space in your bed or the lack of opportunities. You look at the mirror, the reflection, your results, and it just reinforces your identity. And then you stay stuck in this feedback loop. So let's go over this again. Your identity, your self-image. The thoughts and beliefs you have about yourself create your belief systems. Your beliefs, so if you think opportunities are out there, if you think there's obstacles, if there's challenges, if rich people are greedy and evil, those beliefs are creating the struggles and roadblocks in your life. Again, your beliefs are now creating your perception, your worldview, what's possible for you. That perception is what drives your emotional states. So most people I find are stuck in low vibe emotions. Stress, that's a survival state. Worry, overwhelm, boredom, and fear. And those low vibe emotional states drive behaviors, procrastinating, being inconsistent, self-sabotage, and all of that creates your results. That is it. I just want you to understand these are like the mechanics of reality creation, what is driving your current results. That's why the first step to creating change in your life is always awareness, by looking at your current results. Now, we don't want to focus on problems, because if you focus on problems, your beliefs and perceptions are only going to create and fuel more problems. You just are looking at your current results because it's feedback. It helps you create clarity. Abraham Hicks talks about creating clarity through contrast. So you wouldn't seek abundance and financial freedom if you didn't experience lack and poverty. You wouldn't seek being healthy if you didn't experience being sick. You wouldn't seek connection if you didn't feel loneliness. So your current results are just feedback. They're just an indicator of how you've been thinking and feeling and the actions you're taking. So if you don't like where you're currently at, no worries. Now you have clarity on who you've been being. Now, most of the content out there, motivation, which is fleeting, and I never chase motivation, because I can promise you, you're not always going to feel motivated. But if you can learn that identity is everything in disciplining your mental, emotional states, discipline creates freedom. So this is all about creating identity. However, most content out there is behavior focused, trying to change habits, right? And that's why 92% of people fail at the goals they set. 92% of New Year's resolutioners fail. Why? Well, they're down here in this step and they haven't even tried to change their emotional baseline, which drives their behaviors. They haven't tried to upgrade their beliefs and perceptions and identity, which is creating the entire loop. So I don't do surface level motivation. We don't do surface level BS around here. We get to the root cause, and the root cause that is creating every result in your life is identity. So if you are experiencing slowness, if you are experiencing time delays, here's what's happening internally. You have your foot on the gas, maybe wanting something, but you have your foot on the brake because you doubt it's possible for you. That's called cognitive dissonance. Wanting something but feeling the opposite, which creates this internal misalignment, resistance, and that's literally keeping you stuck at neutral. Or perhaps you get 2 steps forward but 2 steps back, and you're just stuck in this internal tug of war, this yo-yo, and it's because you're not getting to the root cause. But that's exactly where we're going today. All right, so let's deep dive identity. Since identity creates your reality and results, how do you upgrade this? How do you create the change that you seek in your life? I want you to understand that your identity is really made up of 3 things. It's your thoughts, and this is your conscious mind, okay? So this is the conscious mind, your thoughts. And this is where you have your desires, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals, which is great, because I find a lot of people lack clarity. But if you have a clear goal and you're not getting it, or it's taking forever, you have internal blocks, and that's what we're here to eradicate. So your thoughts are your conscious mind, but it's your emotions and feelings that are the fuel, that are driving everything. Your emotions magnetize like experiences, and your emotions really are more in the subconscious body, your subconscious mind, which is 95% driving the show. And when there's a misalignment between your subconscious beliefs and perceptions, with your desires, that's creating the internal resistance, as I shared, 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake. So it's all internal. All of your blocks, financially, health, relationships, and business, all of your blocks are internal and identity driven. So now it's about shifting identity, because when you can align your thoughts and your emotional states, think about it like this. Your identity, who you are being, because it's your thoughts and emotions, broadcast a frequency. And whatever you broadcast, the signal you are sending out. So let's get into the idea of identity shifting. But what you broadcast, the signal you send out, especially emotional driven. That's why Neville Goddard always said, feeling is the secret. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, a clear intention and an elevated emotion magnetizes the experiences back to you. You are a tuning fork. So whatever is in resonance with your state of being, your identity, that's what you will experience in your life. So if you believe things can happen quickly and you're having thoughts of confidence and certainty and conviction, and you're feeling gratitude, joy, and empowerment, that identity, that version of you sends a very clear, coherent signal broadcasting into the quantum field where all potentials already exist. And that state of being, that identity, that version of you can collapse time, have what feels like overnight success, because you have a very clear signal. That's all this is. Manifesting is not magic, it is mechanics. And understanding the mechanics of reality creation puts you back in the driver's seat of your life. You break free from autopilot, you break free from living by default, and you're living your life by design, intentionally and mindfully. Your natural state is to command reality. Your natural state is to manifest on demand. And the only reason you're not is because of this internal conflict. You have contradictory thoughts and emotions. You want it, but you doubt it's possible for you. You want it, but you're trying to control and manipulate and white knuckle your way through it, which means you don't trust, you don't have faith. Let go, let it be easy. When you understand your only job in getting what you want is the identity piece, it takes a lot of pressure off of you. The how and the when are never your job. But if you get really clear on the who, then the how naturally unfolds. So let's deep dive more of this idea of identity, who you are being. Dr. Wayne Dyer always said, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are being. So I want to help you get clear. What would that identity look like of somebody who collapses time, somebody who has quantum leaps and what seems like overnight results? I touched on it a little bit, but let's just get clear. What does that identity look like? And I want you to do this for you. So an identity of somebody who collapses time, who has expectancy, has certainty and conviction, is very different from somebody who is fearful, who worries, who doubts, who is stressed, who's inconsistent. But what I'm talking about here are thoughts and emotions. So let's draw out and what it would look like for somebody who collapses time, somebody who commands reality. Another term for this is consciously creating. So how do you become a conscious creator? Here's what it looks like. Your thoughts are very clear. You know what you want. You are decisive. So that's the big one. You are decisive. You are certain. You have certainty. You know that when you align thoughts and emotions, your desire is yours. You trust the unfolding. You trust the timing, just like placing an order on Amazon. You are not micromanaging who packages it, when it will be delivered, and if it's even coming. So I want you to think of that about your life. Treat life like you are shopping on Amazon. You get clear on what you want and you place your order. Now let's get back into identity. You're decisive, you have certainty, you have conviction, you have ease, right? You're not white knuckling, you're not trying to make something happen. This trust, this knowing, you allow it. Your emotional states would be empowered, grateful. You would feel joy, love, connection. You would feel abundant. Get really clear. What are the thoughts and emotions of that next version of you who is commanding reality, who is collapsing time? And then you have to understand the actions behind it. So over here, I was sharing how thoughts and emotions plus your actions, which we already shared down here, behaviors, create your results. That's it. But we have to get all of these in alignment. So somebody over here, their actions would be consistent. It just becomes who they are. So it's a lifestyle, but it really is identity. It's who they are. For example, nobody has to get me out of bed to go to the gym every morning. It is who I am. I am consistent, I am athletic, I am healthy, but that has become my identity. That is a choice that I have made. Nobody is motivating me. I just go. It's just become a habit, just like brushing your teeth every morning. Hopefully nobody's asking you to do that. It just becomes a habit. So all of these, the same thing. Being decisive becomes a habit, becomes a strong identity, characteristic and trait that you have. Having certainty and conviction, it's who you are. You just know. You're empowered, you're grateful. These emotional states are sending very clear, coherent signals. And this version of you is going to collapse time versus somebody who is indecision, somebody who has doubt, somebody who inconsistent, somebody who is fearful, worried, and stressed. And that's it. That's all any of this comes down to. So if you want this to become your new norm, it is 100% available to you, but it comes down to choice. That's the first thing. You have to choose every day who you are being. And based on your choices, it then drives your beliefs, your perceptions, your emotions, your behaviors, and you get wanted results. So I want to keep this simple because it truly is, but most people are sleepwalking their way through life. Most people are stuck for years on end because they're living in autopilot. They lack self-awareness and they're just drifting through life. Don't be most people. You now have the mechanics. You know what you need to do to get this in place. And 100% comes down to shifting identity, shifting your beliefs, shifting your state, and getting that internal alignment. Then collapsing time and things happening what feels like effortlessly just becomes your new normal. Again, if you want to fast track where you are, the current version of you, and step into this next version of you, it's exactly the process I coach my clients through. I invite you to apply by visiting my website, heatherhakes.com. Whatever questions you have around this for me, please drop them down below in the comment box. Thanks for watching to today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop, and give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.